Should you really be using this incredible opportunity to get into Solana at such a cheap price? Well, considering that it went down to all the way to $8 and then bounced back 225%, does this mean that Solana is regaining power and that everything that happened before, all the FUD, is all gone? Or is it all just a big sham and you should still stay away from Solana? So this is going to be a very deep dive into the current situation with Solana, and I'm going to offer my personal humble opinion, and also will tell you whether I'm still holding Solana as a part of my portfolio. And I think that the best way to discuss the current situation and give you guys the update on Solana is to compare it to one of its biggest competitors and actual blockchain and the project that is trying to push Solana out. And I would say that this project certainly is APTOS. So, and therefore, let's compare these two for the purposes of identifying what the hell is going on with Solana and whether it is still worth investing in or you should still actually stay away from it. So, if you guys enjoy these updates, then please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and call me Mr. Spot On down in the comments, because we actually had a very good target on Solana previously, which was met together with this huge collapse of FTX. So therefore, call me Mr. Spot On down in the comments for the algorithms, and certainly also go down into the description of this video and join my free Discord channel, because this is exactly the place where 30,000 traders actually communicate and share their trades, and I post my personal trades and the trades of my team here. And I mean, this is an incredible, and this is absolutely free. There is an instruction of how to join this VIP signal section if you're an active trader. Again, this is for traders, so it's very simple for you to join, and the actual trade results are absolutely fantastic of our members, depending on what kind of leverage people are using. Some people have like 350% profit, so this is insane, and join us right now. And now I think it's worth to begin our comparison by taking a look at some core fundamentals of both Solana as well as APTOS. And I think it's worth beginning with some basic technicals, then moving on to fundamentals, and then coming back to the technicals and talking about the price targets, etc. So actually, from the bottom right here with this FTX collapse, Solana has gone up 225%. So a lot of people are actually very happy about it and saying that Solana is regaining a lot of momentum. But I think that personally there is a lot more to look at besides just price action. So for one, certainly we see 225%. Well, even Bitcoin showed good return, and also a lot of other coins have pumped far more than 225%. And the same thing would go for APTOS. Look, APTOS, and I made a video about APTOS when it was about $3 something. So, and I did tell you that it's a good project. I mean, I personally invested a little bit into APTOS. Full disclosure. So when I saw a 552% return, I mean this pump from this whole FTX shenanigan, I was very happy to see this return. So therefore, with this alone, can actually tell you quite a bit, this comparison, what is going to pump more. And the reason why something is pumping more, because people are trusting it more and people believe in it more. Theoretically, again, certainly market caps are different. Don't scream at me in the comments, just giving you a small taste for what this video is going to be all about. So let's move on to the next comparisons. So certainly, again, talking about the market cap, Solana is currently sitting at about $8.5 billion, while APTOS is sitting about $2 billion. So remember, Solana has been around for many years. APTOS is brand new. So that actually is showing already that, number one, APTOS is gaining on Solana quite rapidly in terms of market cap, like the comparison, the actual ratio. And it also means that there is room to grow for APTOS if we're going to classify it as Solana killer. So next thing that we really want to take a look at is the actual difference between APTOS and Solana. And most important aspect is the TPS, so the transactions per second. So again, these are all inaccurate in my opinion, but just overall and in general, APTOS actually, because this has been the hugest selling point of Solana, that the hugest TPS, the hugest speed imaginable was always taken by Solana. Or Solana has always been the fastest one, but not anymore. Actually, APTOS is taking over. And certainly, I mean, some say that Solana is capable of 100,000 transactions per second, but at the end of the day, it's in reality currently like 2,000 transactions per second. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. And APTOS is capable of 150,000 transactions a second, but currently it's like 4,000 or 5,000, but it still is faster than Solana already. So this is also important to keep in mind. And one more thing that I want to mention fundamentally is APTOS's team. And the team is very interesting. If you want to Google them, you should Google them, because these guys are from Facebook. And these guys, you know, that's why there is this theory that they are actually, that APTOS is the continuation of the Facebook's cryptocurrency project Libra and DM, because I think that DM was the name that was stemming from Libra, and then it ended up dying in 2022. So some say that this is Facebook's project altogether, which certainly could lead to huge scrutiny from the regulators. But at the same time, if it is, just imagine the power behind it. I mean, money power, you know, just connections power, etc. So this is pretty huge. And their team, I would say that their team is stronger than Solana's, just network-wise. So this is also very important to note in this whole comparison. Now, the next thing that you really have to pay attention to, besides the price action, and we're going to come back to the price action, is the number of active addresses on the Solana network. And unfortunately, with everything that has been happening, including all the outages that Solana still cannot fix, ridiculous, is actually going down. So the active addresses and active users is actually going down. So this is not good. And if we're going to take a look at daily active addresses once again here, and the daily transactions are actually holding on somehow. But again, everything is going down in the bear market. But I mean, if you're going to compare it, and TVL is also going down quite drastically. But if you're going to compare it to APTOS, then again, their daily active addresses are a lot less than of Solana's, for sure. But remember that APTOS hasn't been around for as long as Solana was, and APTOS wasn't a part of the bull market as Solana was. Everything in the bull market is getting a lot of adoption, a lot of marketing, etc. It's very hard to do marketing and adoption in the bear market, so understand this. And the curve at the development and the active daily active addresses in APTOS is showing more promise than Solana's. So this is what you want to take away from this. The next thing is that also what I already briefly mentioned is the fact that Solana suffers the second outage this month already in February. But the signs point to possible comeback. You know, there has been a huge outage where Solana was just dead for like 20 hours again. So this is something just, at this point, it's unforgiving. And at this point, I can tell you guys, have I been a believer of Solana? The answer is yes. Do I still hold my bag of Solana? The answer is yes. Do I still hold APTOS? Well, the answer is obviously yes. But the thing is that, am I selling Solana at this point? No. So this is going to actually drive me into the conclusions in just a second. So make sure to watch this video till the end. And again, if you appreciate these, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. So one last thing also to understand before I move to my conclusions and back to the chart is the daily active developers for Solana in the past 365 days. This was actually posted by Crypto Slate, and this has been contested, and Solana came out and said that this is all rubbish, it's not true, etc. The daily active, everybody sees a reduction of developers during the bear market because teams have less money, etc. But if you're going to see it, Solana's one, and this is huge. It just shows the ecosystem's health, so to speak, and it has just plummeted to almost zero levels. So again, they said that it's not true, that they have a bit more, and everybody else's active developers also have crashed like 90%, which is true. So even Ethereum and APTOS, whatever, all the other competitors near protocol, their developers actually gone down as well. But when I compared them, it's not actually as drastic. So this is something to understand. And one last thing before we talk about the price action and my conclusions and as to what I'm expecting and what I'm personally doing, you have to understand that this huge cloud of FTX collapse is still hovering above Solana and, to be fair, APTOS as well. But it's FTX actually was holding 15% of Solana's total supply. Just imagine. So there is circulating supply, and then there is the total supply. So this is not what's on the market, like total supply. FTX is holding 15% of it. So there is, again, this whole shenanigans with the bankruptcy proceedings is going to take some time, but they certainly are going to be dumping these things, and especially altcoins, on the market to compensate the investors and the creditors of FTX. So this means this is going to still put huge dark cloud above Solana, considering the amount of selling pressure that could come from these 15% of total, circulating supply being held by FTX. Certainly, FTX was also an investor in APTOS, but 15% of total supply, this is ridiculous. So let's talk about whether, should you be investing more in APTOS or Solana. Again, not financial advice. You do what you want. But I'm more, at this point, I've always been a fan of Solana. I always loved Solana. I always enjoyed the speeches of Anatoly Yakovenkovich, the founder of Solana. And the fundamentals are great. They're not bad. The Solana project is solid. They have problems, outages, but we've discussed it, that they can actually, with their power of their developers, etc., they can fix it. Hopefully they will fix it. But the whole sheer magnitude of the 15% held by FTX is again just the killer deal, and people understand this. That's why potentially there is this withdrawal as so many developers are going out, and that's why APTOS is actually standing out there and saying, hello, we're the replacement. So unfortunately, I would just still give the hat and the upper hand to APTOS, but at this point, quite frankly, I'm holding both of them. So I still have I didn't buy any Solana here at the bottom. I just held my old bag, so I still can benefit from it recovering, and I'm just holding it with the hopes that there will find a way to not dump 15% of Solana and maybe somehow redistribute it, so there's not going to be any huge selling pressure, and then Solana is going to recover just on its fundamentals and on its community. Is it possible? Yes. Is it likely, considering the amount of Solana held in these bankruptcy proceedings? I don't know, guys. Very difficult to tell. So for this reason, just for this mere chance, I'm still holding it out of respect for their team and everything that they've done. But at this point, it seems like APTOS has an upper hand, unfortunately. So now, well, unfortunately, it depends on what you've invested in. So, and right now we have this very important resistance. Just quickly, let's talk about the technicals. And this resistance, stems for all the way from here. So, and Solana has actually bounced off of it after this 200% rally. So we'll see what's going to happen again. Certainly, if there's going to be a huge recession, continuation of the bear market, it's going to only make things worse. So, but if China narrative continues and we're going to go from quantitative tightening into quantitative easing and join China, Japan, and UK, etc., and then everything's going to be beautiful and printing more money, and we'll find a solution not to dump all 15% from FTX into the open market, then as soon as we see the break of this level, it's actually going to open the road all the way to like $50 per Solana, and this is going to be this recovery and hopium scenario for Solana. So is this possible? Yes. Is that very likely? Unfortunately, probably not. But when it comes to APTOS itself, we've already seen a crazy pump. But remember, it's just the beginning for APTOS as well. And they have a very strong team, even though they have problems with transparency. But again, when we consider their team and everything that they're doing and what could be behind all of this, could be absolutely monumental. Guys, check out this quick tutorial as how to trade Bitcoin with proper risk and money management. It also applies to all the altcoins. Let me know, guys, what would you choose, APTOS or Solana? Down in the comments, just post one name. What would you choose? Because I would choose both. And as always, peace and love. Thomas Krollo. Stay smart, stay rich, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.